What's up?
What's up, dude?
What's up, man? Last week we had Michael Rodriguez on the show.
Mike Rod.
Mike Rod, Sports on the Brain.
Yeah.
And we just like to apologize for that show being so terribly awful, just boring.
Terrible.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, some of his stories were entertaining. But for the most part, we check him out still. You know what I mean? Check out his podcast.
Sure.
But, that's why we had to, I guess, get you back into the shotgun. Because hopefully, you'll be a lot more entertaining than he was.
Oh, we're screwed.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
We're screwed.
Why?
I don't know. Tell me.
Jay Gruden's out.
John Gruden.
What did I say?
Jay, his brother Jay, used to coach the Skins.
Oh, yeah. He did. John's out.
John's out.
John Grude, the Grude dog.
Chucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone, man. Couldn't keep his words, his harmful, hateful words to himself.
I didn't read the emails.
I didn't read
the
it
transcripts. I don't know what he said. I knew I think there was some homophobic things in there, maybe some what do you say, racial issues.
Racial, sexist, homophobic, whatever. I mean, check all the boxes, I guess.
Right.
He offended, I guess, somebody out of each camp.
You can't do it, man.
Can't do it.
You can't do it. NFL has rules, and you will abide by those rules.
Or else.
If you went to work for Walmart and they said, look, all you have to do is to come in here and you will stock shelves and you will not talk to anybody. What would you do for $7 an hour? I guarantee you would go in there, keep your mouth shut, and put in your little headbuds. Headbuds? Earbuds.
Headbuds.
Are they head or ears?
They're head, yes.
I guess these would be headbuds.
Head pods?
Whatever. You would keep your mouth shut for $7 an hour. So, yeah. NFL has rules, man, and you cannot break them.
So, are the Raiders going to the playoffs now?
Maybe. Possibly. Sure. I don't know. I really don't care, to be honest with you. I could care less.
Really?
About the Raiders.
You're not Raider Nation?
No.
They're not your fifth favorite team?
Fifth?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what my fifth favorite team would be. I don't even know if I have a second favorite. I don't know, man. It's Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My second favorite used to be, I think I would have to say Green Bay, but I think now if I had to choose a second favorite, it would probably be the Chargers.
The Chargers?
Yeah. My son likes the Chargers. He found out I played high school football for a team named the Chargers, so now he's kind of about that. Oh, yeah. Blah, blah, the Chargers. He's a little interested in them. So yeah.
It seems like every high school team infringes on copyright logos.
Yeah, we actually had we were the Chargers, but our mascot was actually a horse that is pretty much the same horse on the Broncos helmet. So yeah, we were the Chargers with a Broncos logo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our colors were, I guess, the Packers colors, green and gold.
You had it all, man.
Yeah.
You had it all covered.
So we weren't just stealing out of one cookie jar. We went around like we were trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Got a little out of everything.
But nobody cares because you're, grifting, aiding.
Sure.
Nobody cares, man.
No, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Why should they?
I don't know. But yeah, Yeah, old Gruden's out, man. Um,
Good for him.
yeah, like Trump said of what is he say?
Well,
I wish him well.
wish him well. Wish him,
Oh, Ghislaine Maxwell.
yeah,
Is that
right.
her name? Epstein's chick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he
Wish
was on
her,
a
wish
golf
her
course.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was on a golf course, and they asked him, "Oh, I wish her well."
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
right. I wish him well.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Is that the guy that's got is the owner got the pumpkin pie
yeah. Mark Davis.
haircut? Yeah,
Yeah, he looks like a cartoon character out of South Park or something like that.
yeah. Mark Davis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine being that rich and you get a haircut like that.
Yeah, you go to your barber and like, hey, I want this.
Yeah, I want that. And he said,
It's got to be a joke, man. It's got to be like, yeah, I'm so rich that I can.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I can't understand it. Like, what is that haircut?
That's how you know you got a lot of yes men around you. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You're so powerful. That's how you know. Like no matter what, somebody's gonna tell you, man,
Yeah.
boss, you look good today.
Man,
I tell you,
I like your cut, G.
hey, yeah, hey, big dog.
Yeah,
That straight cut across them that forehead
yeah.
It-
Winking the gun.
and winking the gun. It works.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
probably pays he probably goes to some hairstylist too. Probably pays him like $300 a cut or something.
Right. Just to put a bowl on his head.
Good for that hairstylist.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
More for me and you.
Daggone right.
If you were that rich and powerful, would you try to take over the world?
In my current state of mind, no. No. If I was that rich and powerful, you probably wouldn't even know I was rich. Like I'm naturally, I think, an introvert. So I would just, you probably wouldn't even know, man. Other than maybe seeing me in a casino every now and then, like at the high roller table or something. Like nobody would even know I was rich. I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm not rich, so I can't really say what it would be like. But am I going to try to go rub elbows with super powerful politicians and change the way things are done? No, why would I want to do that? I didn't get super rich, right, by doing something that I now want to change.
You know, there's I guess there's I guess offend a lot of people. Not a lot of people. I don't want to offend anybody.
Just do it. Nobody cares.
Yeah, whatever. But there's like a conspiracy that says, like certain people run everything.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
They're rich and powerful.
Yeah, I think that's a legitimate conspiracy.
You think that's legitimate?
Yeah, sure.
So you think there is a conspiracy where certain people run the whole entire planet?
People or people that represent larger entities. Yeah. I think they tug and pull on strings to make a lot of things happen. Yes.
I would like to know who they are.
Well, you probably have to get invited to certain circles.
Yeah, I would like to know who they are, and I would anyway. So my thing would be is, I think once you get that powerful, it's obviously like a different mindset. Like once you make it past, like for me, if I were to make it past this number, dude, I'm no longer interested in any worldly affairs. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
I'm done.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I just still think that if it were me, I would be fine just minding my own business. I still believe that.
Yeah.
Like I don't, if I got to X amount of dollars, right? I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna own I'm gonna own whatever I want to own, right? But it's gonna be at that point about enjoying life, honestly.
Yeah.
Like just living that dream, right? Not the American dream, picket fence, house, all that crap. That's, bleh. I mean, like Dutton Ranch without all the controversy.
Sure. But like I think it's a different mindset to say I want to take over the world. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, man.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you've just say like that certain person exists or that certain type of group exists. That's a lot of work, man.
It is, man.
Like you have accomplished what no man has ever accomplished, right? Say you're the most powerful person in the world, whatever. And now you want to take over the whole entire planet. I just think that would be very boring.
Well, I don't think a single person can do that. I think that's why, like you asked me earlier, is there a group of people that make world decisions? Yeah, I think so. And I think that's the only way to do it because you can't do it by yourself, right? If Hitler had way more allies, he'd have been far more successful. You know what I mean? But he didn't. But what you see is all these major corporations, high rollers, big players that have an interest in these types of things get together, form alliances, find common ground, find common enemies, work together, push certain buttons, pull certain strings, and affect change in that way, man.
Yeah, maybe if I don't know, man. I don't know what the workload would be like to say like what would your day look like if you were trying to take over the world? Would it be a 9 to 5? You know, would it be just a couple of phone calls? I mean, I would like if I was that powerful and somebody came to me and say, "Hey, look, man, you got potential to take over the whole entire world." I would say, first of all, okay, well, what does that look like? Well, look, man, you only got to take like a couple phone calls a day. All right, I'll do it.
Sure.
I'll do it.
Sure.
But I'm not in there,
Risk versus reward.
dude,
Yeah.
as a billion trillionaire
No.
in a full like mahogany room with maps on a table
Yeah.
from like sun up to sundown. I'm just not interested.
Yeah. I'm not Bill Gates in it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not out there getting on TV with my wife beside me, trying to push something on you and giving you all these reasons for health and society and loving your. No, I'm not pushing that agenda, right?
Yeah.
I'm not investing in that. I'm taking my billions, okay? Give me my billions. And I'm doing the other things he does in his life, like go and buy ranches and helicopters and whatever. Get a couple cool jet skis. Forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some jet skis. Let's get us a pontoon boat or something. Go out in the lake and have a good time. Let's spend this money on what it was intended to do. Not shove something down other people's throats. Spend it, man. Spend your money. That's what I would do. I would leave a legacy, sure, for my kids. But I mean, whatever with the rest of it. I'm not going in there trying to change anybody's mind. I don't want to change people's mind. Because if I'm a millionaire, or billionaire, trillionaire, whatever, I've gotten that way because people think a certain way, right? Now I want to go in and change the way they think that made me all my billions? No. That ain't it.
Yeah, man. I think people have some incredible ambition to want to change, like to impose their ideas on other people. You know how ambitious you got to be? Like, not to say like doing that as a poor person. Because look.
Yeah, if you're poor, you won't change, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
If you're poor, you want to. Like, because you see it all the time, man. People, preaching their ideas and, want to impose their ideas and, But for me, like, I just don't, like, once you hit a certain level, like, the ambition has got to go away, man.
Yeah, sure. I think so.
Yeah.
I think it would for me anyway. I mean, I think there's certain people that just get off on the aspect of I don't know, maybe building something, and once money is no longer an object, then it becomes power, perhaps. Just because they're driven like psychotically to a certain
Yeah,
point.
if they're wired different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's a very small
Yeah.
amount of people, but I mean, yeah, okay, whatever. I'll grant them their little keep on going thing, right? Like, but you know, like Bezos, man, and what's the other guy's name? Virgin Mobile guy, whatever. Like, these dudes got so much money. What do you want to do next? I don't know. You want to go to space? Sure. Cool. Let's go.
Yeah, like that's another thing, man. If I was Jeff Bezos, I would have no interest going to space. Space is boring. Like, what do you do in space? What do you do? What can you do?
I don't
You
know.
float around for a
Sure.
little bit. I could literally like pay someone, and they have these where you sit in the back of it's like a big airliner jet. I think NASA actually does this. I don't know. Fact check me. I don't care. But what you do is you go in an airplane and you nosedive it just right where you have 0 G's, right? And you float around like you're in space. Like, that's it.
Magical.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
space.
You can get like a split second of that on a Ferris wheel. Like at that moment when you
Sure.
peak at the top and start to come back down.
Yeah.
Like you get that.
Like, what's so great about outer space?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think for me, it's the psychology more than anything, the opportunity. But just going there just to come right back, I agree with you. I don't see just to go, oh, we made it to the atmosphere, whatever, and then just come right back. Yeah, who cares? But I mean, if we're talking about going to Mars or
I don't even want to go to Mars.
Dude.
I've been to Mars.
yeah, whatever, you haven't been to Mars.
I've been to Mars.
You haven't been to Mars.
I've been to the Helmand Province of
The
Afghanistan.
only person I know that's been to Mars is Matt Damon and the crew that
and
went with him.
anybody that's ever stepped foot in the desert parts of the Middle East.
Yeah, I mean, look,
What's so great about Mars?
it's like the new frontier.
Don't they have like red skies there? It's not even blue.
It's not red skies.
What is it?
It's a red planet.
It's a red planet. But
Yeah.
like if you look up, you know, if you look up, what do you see? Do you see red or do you see?
I don't know. I've never been there.
Yeah, we're so dumb.
I don't know, man.
We're so dumb. Yeah.
I'd like. I don't know that I'll say that I would like to go, but I think it would be cool to go. Just the whole space thing is pretty fascinating. The size, the possibility, the unknown, all of that. Like,
I think about say how massive Jupiter is, right? Oh, look at Jupiter. You know, you could see it in the night sky.
yeah.
But they don't even have a Michelangelo's there. Do you know what I mean?
Like a Michelangelo's pizza.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You can't go to Jupiter and hang out at the beach. You know what I mean? What's so great about that? Your whole entire planet's gas, man.
What's so great? Sure. And I mean, I'm not saying we go to Jupiter because that's pretty impossible, I think. It's a gas planet.
Yeah.
But I'm
Well,
saying.
we'll go back to Mars. What's so great about Mars? Well, you got dirt.
What's so great about Mars?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess the question there would be whether or not you could terraform it,
What do you mean?
create an atmosphere. If you could, then hey, you basically got another Earth. But, that's a big question.
It'd still be pretty boring there.
Would it?
It'd still be really boring.
It wouldn't be if you were the company that was in charge of whatever engineering or construction or transport or whoever.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Then you'd have an interest in it.
Can you still be the same guy that takes over the world with like 2 phone calls a day? Because then I would,
2?
yeah,
I guess that depends
to
on.
call you up.
I mean, I guess that depends on who your right hand man is. If he's good enough, then sure, you might not even have to take but 1 phone call a day.
Yeah.
You know,
Or no phone calls.
possibly.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
maybe
would be
he
me.
just wants to call you every day and let you know, like, hey, we made 500 million a day. I'd take that phone call. All right, cool, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
The bridges are going good.
take the old lady out for a steak tonight.
That's what you would do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, heck yeah, steak.
Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse.
I'm fantasizing
Fancy.
about taking over Mars, and it's like, okay, this is great. Now I can take my old lady out for a steak.
No, not now. I can, but I think I will. Can't see a reason not to. Maybe I just buy a whole cow. I don't know.
And have it slaughtered in front of you?
Maybe. Why not?
Sure. There is some type of weirdness with putting presidents in office that can't speak.
It's weirdness. It's 2 things. It's sad and it's funny. It's sad and it's funny because you think about it. Like, these people had to speak literally like during a whole campaign, right? For however long a campaign is, I don't know, a year, 8 months, 6 months, whatever. However long they're going around debating each other or whatever. They're having to speak, right? And it's like in that frame of time, either the other candidate was so bad that you chose this person, or you chose this person even though he can't formulate a sentence properly. So that's what gets me about it. That's the sad part. The funny part is some of the stuff they say, like after the fact, like, okay, it's done, whatever, it's done. He's in office. It is what it is. And now he opens his mouth and it's just like, I mean, look at how many gems George W. gave us.
George W. Yeah, man. There was a segment on Dave Letterman's show, and it was, gosh, what was it called? I don't know what it was called. Greatest speeches in history by presidents. And what he would do is he would say, all right, roll the footage. And they would have different clips. You have JFK saying, the only thing to fear is fear, blah, 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 blah. Then he would cut to George W. Bush, and he would say something like, you're working hard to put food on your family. And then it would cut off. And it would, man, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And also, coming from Dave Letterman, man, and, his little facial expressions or whatnot, it was even more funny. But, like, man, you think about it, man, it's like, dude, that guy.
Yeah.
He's in charge.
Yeah.
America. Think about what America is.
Yeah.
It's the most powerful country in the world. Hey, show me your leader. Where is he? I got to meet this guy. If you come from Mars, right?
Sure.
Wow.
Take me.
Never
to
been to
your leader.
Earth. Who's you do things by nations and border? Okay, that's cool. America, they're the most powerful. Show me this leader. I want to see him. And then he talks about how dynamic Dan Marino's wife is.
Get on that horse, you got to ride.
Yeah. And then you meet George W. Bush.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy. Like this is.
What would you think?
You ever seen that movie? What was it called? I think it was called Idiocracy.
Mm-mm.
You never saw that movie?
No.
It was like kind of like a post-apocalyptic thing where everybody just gets dumber and dumber and dumber as time goes on.
Uh-huh.
And what's the guy from The Longest Yard? I got them fries that I cross your eyes. Terry something. Never seen it?
Nope.
Anyway, you know who I'm talking about
Okay.
if you saw him. But I think he's like the president. And dude, you should watch that movie.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what the Martians would think if they came here and met George W. or Joe or whoever. I mean, we've had some well spoken. I think Barack was pretty well spoken. He didn't seem like an idiot when he talked.
Yeah.
But the George W. and Joe, Uncle Joe, man, can you imagine? Can you imagine not knowing the context of where we are right now as a society and just coming into this thing from an outside perspective? Just wondering, oh, they have nuclear weapons. Oh, yeah, look, they feed themselves and whatever, have built crazy technology, blah, blah. And then you go meet Uncle Joe as the leader of the free world. And the thing and the other thing, you know how it goes.
I don't even know what I would think. I was like, well, okay, well, this is some type of system that they have set up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is okay. They obviously choose the weakest one in their tribe, and they put him up there to just say things. Like maybe he's more like a spokesperson. I don't know.
Perhaps.
Yeah. I think it's insane, man. Talking about presidents, man. It almost kind of reminds me and we're both fans of Sebastian Maniscalco. He's a stand-up comedian, whatever. Do you remember his bit when he was talking about he was talking about Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
He was talking about Tiger Woods and his marital affairs.
Right, at the level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're sitting on your couch and you see this come across the news. Tiger Woods commits marital affair. And your wife turns to you and says, would you do this? Would you do that? Yeah, he does it, man. It's his thing. All right. But he turns to her and says something like, look, I work at Walmart. You're the best I could do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like that.
Yeah.
Like we turn and look at these presidents and say,
we're all working at Walmart.
well, yeah, what do you expect?
Yes, this the best I can do.
But is it? Like this is
No.
This is the best you could do.
No. And that's why I say, man, there are people behind the scenes. Like earlier we were talking about pulling strings and making decisions, man. There's no way that this was our best option even. Yet the people that make the decision of who's a candidate and who the party endorses and who gets scrubbed from the runnings and all of that, I mean, they didn't even give us an opportunity to get anybody better. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you look at, what's her name, Tulsi Gabbard or whoever.
Yeah.
I mean, explain to me in what way that would not have been a better candidate than what we got now out of that party.
I don't know. I think, well, she's not going to win because I think she likes to cross the aisle. You can't.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Bipartisan.
Sure.
You can't cross the aisle anymore. In a perfect world, it might be, that's the way we want in a candidate. Want to bring everybody together, but you really don't want that.
Well, that's where the narrative doesn't match the practice,
Right.
We want to do what's best for everybody. We want to do look, that's all.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do the best for everybody. You want to do what's best for your party. What sucks is there's no middle ground in this. So it's Republicans and Democrats.
Yep.
And then you say, well, I'm a libertarian. You're a libertarian. Okay.
Sure.
Well, what does that even mean? What does a libertarian mean? You want anarchy? Like, is that what you, cause like,
no,
I
that's
think
not what it means.
Sure. I know that. But like, you think like, I think it's a very radical view in freedom. Like,
I don't think so. I think it actually means freedom. Libertarian.
I know, but you have to keep going. Like, what do you mean by freedom?
Well, the bottom line is that, like,
you want no government?
I think there's a lot of libertarians out there, but I don't think you'll ever see that party like represented because the other two parties aren't going to have it, man. They're not going to let a third party come in here.
Yeah. Why would you? Why would you work yourself out of a job? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the most oxymoron thing a candidate could do. Now, would it be the right thing? or wrong. I think it would. I mean, how America's set up, it'd probably be the right thing to do is say, hey,
Sure.
look, less government. But come on, man. You're an idiot if you believe that from anybody that says, hey, we want less government. Coming from a government official.
Sure.
You're like, so, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know exactly I don't know if there's different degrees.
Who was the last politician that actually got elected, not just a candidate, that really spoke out against government?
Reagan.
Yeah.
Reagan.
The whole
I don't think he meant it.
You don't think so? Votes.
Maybe he did.
What decade was that?
It was in the 80s.
Was it?
Yeah.
So what people wanted to hear after the 70s. The whole economic thing in the 70s. People couldn't find gas. Blah, 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 blah. Smoke being blown up their butts.
Yeah, I think it's all talking points, man.
I think it all is, man.
And it sucks that you have to be forced into a camp.
Yeah. And I think, look, it's like in this past election, you had three types of people, right? You had anti-Trumpers, you had Trumpers, and then you had people that were just like, I'm going to vote for the one that's the least sucky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But, even Trump, I think he was a better option. But what do I know? Even he was in that capacity still a politician, man. He made a lot of good sense. I think he made, he was really good at bashing people. And I mean that was pretty entertaining.
See, that's what I'm saying though. So no matter what, you want to say, and I get it, man. I think my view then was to kind of take the high ground and say, dude, he's playing y'all. He's playing the conservatives, man.
Oh, sure. That was my whole point leading up to that was that he still had an agenda. You know what I'm saying? It was still politics. I think he played politics at a high level. He kind of changed the game a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit too much, too quickly.
Yeah.
But I think he was on to something, with the whole fake news and the whole I mean, dude, that guy got some people behind him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To really buy in. And, again, man, I think it's just, it doesn't matter how much you like this guy or hate that guy or like this guy or whatever. At the end of the day, they're all politicians.
Yeah, they are, man. They're all politicians. We're not going to do justice to anybody, in a short amount of time. But what I was going to say, man, is, Trump came on, man, and that's dude.
Well, he sold himself on not being able to be bought. That's what he sold himself on.
Right.
Not being in anybody's pocket.
Sure. But dude, you're a New Yorker, right?
Sure.
You're a real estate guy from New York. All right. You're probably, I mean, I don't totally know, but you're not a Republican. He's not a Republican.
Oh, we're talking about Trump.
Yeah, we're talking about Trump. He's not a Republican. Is he a Democrat? I don't know. Probably not. He doesn't care, probably, about either which.
Why should he? He's already a billionaire.
Yeah, why should he? But I saw at that time, man, he came on the scene, and, dude, he just took, Southern conservatives by storm. You know what I mean? And,
Is it because he showed balls and he said something? He said stuff he wasn't supposed to say as a presidential candidate or a president. He said stuff that was controversial. That's why people liked him or hated him.
Right. Everybody likes that person that can say controversial things and they don't care. You know what I mean? Because that person is, wow. You know what I mean? I wish I could do that.
Did you ever see the interview he did about buying a new Air Force One from Boeing? Did you ever see that interview?
I don't think
Dude,
so.
it was hilarious. He's sitting there talking and he's like explaining like how he's negotiating the price with this dude at Boeing, right, over this airplane. And dude's something, I don't remember what the price was. Let's just say it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna get you this thing for 10 million or 10 billion, whatever the number is, right? We'll just say it's 10 million. I'm gonna get you this plane for 10 million. Trump's like, I told him, I said, no, I'm not paying over 4 million. The guy's like, look, I tell you what we'll do. We'll do 2 planes for 18 million. On camera now, this fuck says, and I told that son of a bitch 4 million, no more.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like at a pep rally, you know, televised, national TV, the whole nine, dude. It's just hilarious. How could you not like him, at least in that moment, right?
Yeah. And it's like, you know, I watched the Andy Griffith show, and there was a visitor in the house of Andy, and he did this little smoke trick with a cigar, right? And he was showing Opie. Opie's the little boy, Andy's son. And after he did this little smoke trick, it was like, Opie was just, wow.
Right.
Like, after he says that type of thing or that whatever, it's like people are just wowed by it.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's all you need. That's all you need.
And I think the people were, I think they were finally relieved to see somebody up there who wasn't obsessed with being politically correct. You know, I mean, this guy would literally come, I think he came to Greenville, didn't he? And he stood up on the tarmac out there on the stage or whatever, some airport, I don't know. And he's literally pointing to the cameras behind the crowd.
Yeah.
You're fake news. Glad to see CNN. The fake news is here.
Yeah.
There's NBC. You guys are fake.
Yeah.
You know, literally just looking at the camera. You're fake. You know, I mean, dude, whatever. I respect that. That's like, I think that's the thing that kind of.
Yeah, whether he's right or wrong, I guess, you would respect it.
Just going against the grain, man. The people that are sick of politically correctness are the people that really, really bought into him.
Yeah.
And I think that was probably his best attribute, was just saying whatever he thought, like just not worrying about the consequences of what he said.
Yeah. We all want to fantasize and say, yeah, well, my rights are slowly being taken away. You know what I mean?
I mean, they
freedom,
are.
Sure. Like freedom of speech and censorship. But I just don't see it happening on the scale that people are warning about. What I see before that ever happens is, I don't know, man, an actual probably a civil war.
I hope not, because we would probably lose that civil war.
You would definitely lose.
The rebellion.
Yeah.
Technology doesn't allow for rebellions anymore.
Yeah, you would never lose. Like, let's just say that it was about to cross that line.
Yeah.
Right. Socialism, communism, whatever. And you say, well, I'm not doing this, not you, but a group of people. Well, we're not doing this. Just say Texas secedes, right? And they have their own militias. They'll never win, man. They'll never win.
You know,
you will not win.
It depends.
How?
It depends whether or not the union, right, treats the successor. Is that a word?
Sure.
Well, it's a word for the sake of this conversation.
Yeah.
Successor.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll go with it.
Whether or not they treat them like they did in Afghanistan.
What do you mean?
If they wage the same type of war, Texas has a very good chance.
Oh, that's a good point, man. That is a very good point.
Yeah. I mean, you would have to literally go in and make an example out of them and basically annihilate that state in order to preserve the rest of your union.
Yeah. I see what you did there, man, because the track record of America in the past 20 years
Soft.
of war hasn't been
Very effective.
tactfully effective, man. It really hasn't. Because what are you gonna do? What do we usually do? We go in and we shock and awe and bomb, and
Try to get the people to think like we think.
then we try to get the people to think like we think, and then the rest of them are hidden in the mountains and the woods, and they come out and
Waiting for their opportunity.
Yep, and then they strike guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
So and then you become very tired of it over time.
Yeah. Then you pull out and whatever.
Yeah. So I was going to say you wouldn't win because of, like you said, technology. You're not going to outrun a drone. My point is this.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Okay. When it comes to politics, I don't know. I just like to think up crazy ideas. Okay.
You do have a lot of crazy ideas.
Yeah, I got a lot of crazy ideas.
Yeah. You're basically a lunatic when it comes to ideas.
I think so, man.
Yeah.
But I could just, I could hear the backlash from, what was said here today.
Are you concerned about that?
No, I'm not concerned. Yeah, I'm concerned, but I'm not concerned.
Yes and no.
I'm a little concerned, but I'm not concerned.
You're not concerned.
Yeah.
Are you pro-cerned?
1%.
That's like that's like more than COVID.
How much does vinegar have in a bottle of vinegar?
I think like 3%.
So I'm 3%.
Maybe.
I'm 3% of pro-cerned.
Okay. Well, that clears it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know where you stand now, at least. Like, we're good.
Do you know where I stand?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would know.
Do you know where you stand?
No, I don't. As far as politics, I don't know where I stand.
Are you even standing? Or are you
like
sitting?
here? I'll tell you my political view. Right.
Okay.
And I've said this before. I'll say it again.
Mm-hmm.
I mind my business. You mind yours.
Sounds like a libertarian to me.
Does it?
Does.
So you're putting me into a camp again.
Well, I mean, there's only so many camps, and if I have to isolate you into one of them, I think, given that statement, that's the camp I would put you in.
Yeah. So if you mind your business, I promise you that I will mind mine. Is that a libertarian? I don't know. Whatever. I wonder if a president could ever bring anybody together.
No, I don't think they have any intentions or aspirations to, honestly.
Yeah.
And if they did, I don't think they'd ever become president.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think division is what keeps us going.
Well, it's what keeps politics going for sure.
Yeah, it's what.
It's what allows them to make new laws. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it keeps the top employed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it keeps the bottom fighting amongst themselves.
Yeah, that's what we want, man.
Yeah, sure.
That's what we want.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. What's the best thing about a fire ant, right? Like, he's gonna kill a lot of other insects in your yard.
A fire ant?
Sure.
A fire ant does that.
Yeah. You never seen a fire ant eat a worm or?
Yeah, when it's already dead.
No, man, they'll kill things.
Huh.
My dad actually told me a story one time about a guy he knew. And so this dude was deer hunting. He climbs up in a tree, has no safety harness on. He falls out of the tree. And when he falls, he breaks his back. He can't move. He falls right on an anthill. The ants, he fell, broke his back, can't move, but the ants ended up killing him. The ants ended up just...
That was a horrible way to go.
I would imagine, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fire ants are tough, man. Little boogers. little boogers. Yeah, they're tough.
Testy.
Yeah. You know what else hurts a lot? That's very aggressive. A ground bee. I've been stung by many forms of flying insect. They're an insect, right? They are. I don't know, maybe, whatever. I'm going to call them an insect. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Those freaking ground bees, dude, hurt. Way worse than a wasp, in my opinion. I got stung in the ear once by a ground bee. And, dude, my ear swelled up and like stuck out. It's last year. I think you saw it. It was crazy, and it hurt so bad. For days, it hurt. And I've been stung in the eye by a yellow jacket, and I think the ground bee in the ear hurt worse.
Well,
You seem so interested in my ground bee story.
your ground bee story sucks. It's horrible.
Well, how about my yellow jacket story? I got stung in the eye
Nobody cares.
by a yellow jacket while I was riding my four-wheeler.
Nobody cares.
Right in the eye.
That you got stung.
Right in the eye. In the eye.
In the what?
In the eye.
Yeah. Nobody cares that you got stung by a bee. Everybody in the world has been stung by a bee.
I hate you so much right now.
Everybody.
How about a ground bee? Have you ever been stung by a ground bee?
No. But I've been stung by a wasp.
Doesn't matter. I just told you ground bee's worse.
Like how worse?
Like, okay, if I'm looking for information about Afghanistan, maybe I'll take your advice because you actually been there.
Nope.
You've been there.
I've been to a small part of Afghanistan. I'm not an expert.
I'm not saying you're an expert. I'm not an expert on ground bees.
Okay.
But I've had experience with them. Have you?
No.
Okay. Well, then perhaps
not my point.
I know a little bit more about what I'm talking about than you do
That's
on
not-
that subject.
Yeah, it's not my point.
From a pain perspective.
It's not my point. My point is this. Nobody cares about your ground bee story because I can go on YouTube.
Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about you. Okay?
That's fine.
Okay?
Well, that's my political view.
Okay.
Mind your business on my mind.
Hey, well, mind your business then. Stop telling me my story sucks. Mind your business.
Well, given the
If you have those emotions, keep them to yourself, John Gruden.
Okay. Okay. All right. You went down swinging. But here's my point. Nobody cares about your bee story because I can go on YouTube right now and find somebody getting stung by a ground bee.
Hey.
Hold on. Would it be my first priority, my first interest, my first top 5 things I would type in to YouTube to watch today? What is it like to get stung by a ground bee? It wouldn't even float through my mind. That's all I'm saying.
Well, a lot of stuff floats through your mind. There's so much damn empty space there. Sure wouldn't hit anything and bounce off of it other than the inside of your skull. Son of a...
Why do we do this?
Why? Why must you get so aggressive?
This is all I'm saying.
Okay.
You know what I miss?
No, I don't.
I miss the time that you actually told interesting stories.
Those times they come and they go.
Anyway, I guess that's it.
That's it.
Conclusion. What else? Nothing.
Nope. Later.
Peace.
Bye.
Get out of here.
We have our fancy pants repellent on. It is physically impossible for our defense to tackle a fancy